Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you why I think the Street Fighter franchise as a whole is the best fighting franchise in gaming. But of course this is only my opinion. If you guys think differently or agree, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you could do me the biggest favor and consider liking the video, subscribing, sharing, please do whatever you wish to do. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to start doing big giveaways, including games, PSN or Xbox codes to people, all sorts of other awesome goodies. I want to help give back to the people that support me, because this is all give and take, and I want to be there for you as you guys are there for me. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get straight in. From the very first game released in 1987, the Street Fighter franchise by Capcom began a wave of greatness. However, it wasn't until the Street Fighter 2 in 1991 arcade game that the phenomenon truly began, often credited as revitalizing the arcade scene and setting the standards of fighting games, 1v1, 2d1s specifically. Street Fighter 2 went through many revisions, ports and arcade units, and it's no wonder that the Street Fighter franchise is one of the highest grossing gaming franchises ever. I mean, Street Fighter 2 was so popular, they didn't need to make a third one for ages. They just kept, looking at it and changing what they could, which isn't always a bad thing. Of course, it was eventually followed by Street Fighters 3, 4, 5, as well as the Street Fighter Alpha series and EX Plus series, to name but a few spin-offs. Street Fighter continues to have a prevalent presence in the gaming industry, and I was unfortunately too young at the time to experience the arcade scene in the early 90s, being only 3 when Street Fighter 2 came out, but I eventually got to play it on the SNES with the first port on the awesome Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Of course, it was on my cousin's SNES, as I had a Sega Mega Drive at the time, but I played it every time I went over his house and got my ass kicked. I mean, nothing's changed really. But it's amazing to think that the original Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior port for the SNES, is Capcom's best-selling game ever. Mind blown. But why is Street Fighter the best gaming franchise to me, in my own opinion, of course? I've played shitloads of fighters in my lifetime, being the Tekken series, Soul Calibur, Dragon Ball, Guilty Gear, Bushido Blade, Art of Combat, Mortal Kombat, Samurai Shodown, King of Fighters, Naruto, My Hero Academia. I've played absolutely tons of them. But Street Fighter is the one franchise that I constantly return to. From its colourful and memorable roster of characters, from Ryu, Ken, Kami, Bison, Guile, to Halzim, E Honda, there's just so many different awesome characters. And of course Street Fighter 2 was the first fighting game to let you choose between, at the time I think it was 8 characters with the original release. That was groundbreaking for the time. And of course it has its tight controls, awesome special and finishing moves, the combos. It's truly a game where you need to get good. You need to know it. Get good, as the Soulsborne fans would say. But, because the single-player arcade can be just as challenging as the online. And if you don't know the characters, their moves, how they play, and what they can do, you are screwed against someone who does know what they're doing online. You get majorly humbled in the online scene in Street Fighter. There is of course a story in amongst the games somewhere, and there are some really cool anime movies which I recommend watching. Stay clear of the live action one with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Kylie Minogue. God knows what was going on there. But, I mean, the Street Fighter Alpha series fits somewhere in between the first and second Street Fighter, but the fighting is the meat and gravy. That is what people come here for, and I can happily while away the hours playing any Street Fighter and not have to worry about any story, because I just love the controls, the way it looks, and the fact you get to kick ass. I am more partial to the Alpha series, and that doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the other Street Fighter games, but Alpha seems to tick all the boxes for me. There's a lot to experience with the Street Fighter games. And if you haven't, I recommend picking up the 30th year anniversary collection on the console of your choice, as well as 4 and 5 if you haven't already. 5 is exclusive to the PlayStation 4, I believe, but Street Fighter 4 you can get a really good version on the Nintendo 3DS, which has a really easy, you just touch the touchpad to do a combo if you struggle with combos, which I think is really cool, although it is satisfying pulling off the combos with the correct button combinations. Also, if you have a Nintendo Switch, which I think a lot of people have these days, I strongly recommend that you grab the Ultra Street Fighter 2 on it. It's a fantastic port, again another port of Street Fighter 2, but it has the new playable characters of Evil Ryu and Evil Ken, as well as a ton of customization options, unlockable artwork and bonus lore, and a whole lot of other goodies. There's tons on this little cart, and it is going to rise in value as the years go on. I don't think this sold very well because there doesn't seem to be that many copies out there in the wild, and if you happen to go on eBay to look for them, they can be quite pricey now, especially as it is a Street Fighter game and it's years old on the Switch. But yeah, pick that one up, that's just my suggestion. Street Fighter has over 3 decades of fighting gaming under its belt, with only 5 main entries, and yes, a lot of revisions of 2 and a few of 3, but overall Street Fighter remains the king of fighters in my eyes, and I cannot wait for a Street Fighter 6 on hopefully the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. And just hopefully this time the online matches will run better than Street Fighter 5, because 5's online is a bit wank. The game itself is great, it plays great, it looks great, but god damn it's wank. And I just hope they fix all that, because there's nothing worse than having your rank tarnished by someone who is just basically doing a nightcrawler and teleporting across the screen. There's nothing you can do. But anyway guys, that's what I think. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you'd like to subscribe or like or share to help me out, that would be amazing. And any support I get would always be returned tenfold once I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark and I can start dishing out those giveaways. You can also follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, and for some reason TikTok. I'll put links down in the description box below. You can catch me on Twitch. I'm streaming every Friday a new fighter, but this week I'm going to be streaming Street Fighter Alpha Series. Again, I'll leave the link down below. That's normally 8 PM British Standard Time or GMT. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take it easy.